finals
That's
that dominated. I actually think it was one of the most important cards, and that's a finals that featured Wormcoil Engine, Carnifex Demon,
Sunblast Angel.
Sunblast Angel, and like White Sun Zenith, the card everyone was talking about. Like that's
and that was a
serious
third pick for
business.
him. So
Standard third picks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
seems
triple
like
white. Like, it's really hard to justify cutting a card that, like, maybe even the white deck at the table is going to have trouble playing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a card like Sunblast, or if I pass that, obviously someone's just going to take it and ram it in.
yeah, I mean, well, it's pack 1 though, so people can take that first and just
Yeah, but it's such a heavy
play white. It is a heavy commitment. Like if there's like a good uncommon artifact in the pack, some people might just want to stay open.
Yeah. I mean, I am a Packers fan, but I'm not.
Ooh, we have the final standings for the Star City Games Legacy Open in Indianapolis. In first place, we have Brian Fisher. He's playing the Death and Taxes that plays green and black. It's basically a just like an aggro style, like
It's like a Haterator deck.
Yeah, it's like a Haterator deck, but it's very similar. Like where you normally see Vindicates, he is Mengar with Caracas.
Right. Ben Weinberg is playing the
Blue
counterbalance
white
top
counterbalance.
control.
Yeah,
with,
he has Trinket Mage instead of V-Click.
Yeah, he's got
Just lets him get,
like
like,
Fire Spout
Pithing
and
Needle and
Tarmogoyf
things like
and
that.
Swords to Plowshares in his blue deck.
Seems pretty good.
Yep.
Josh Gabalt is playing also playing Counterbalance, I believe. We have Michael Bumholt, who is playing a Grim Monolith deck. He's
Yeah, he's an
he's
artifact
he's
guy.
welding Sundering Titans into play, and he's welding.
Welders and-
Yeah, he has.
Lightning Rays will take keys.
Yep.
Yeah, he has Mirror Battle Spheres.
He's got a little brew going.
Yeah,
I
and
like it.
he's deep. That's
I'm
awesome.
very sad that we somehow just didn't know that this deck was winning for a long time.
Yeah, I wish we had
But
covered
it
this
will
earlier in the
definitely
day.
get into the camera, pretty much as soon as I can make it happen.
And Drew Levin made the top 8. We're playing Bant Counterbalance. And
We're just gonna skip those two guys in between.
well, I just like to point out quickly that Drew Levin called his shot earlier this morning when he was making the finals. He's like, I'm going to make the finals of both of these tournaments.
Yeah,
this
I
weekend.
said the same thing. I
I'm
said
going
you're
to
gonna
be the
get back
first
to back
person.
second places. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna lose the finals again, but you're gonna get back to back second
Yeah, that's-
places.
Not bad, I mean.
Yeah, and
That's what he
that's the
said.
deck. We worked on that deck like really for hours and hours Friday night, and he was pretty happy about it, and it's paid off. And then Josh Radin, who's also in the top 8, is playing my Columbus deck.
He's
And-
playing Show and Tell with Natural Order,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's pretty exciting. He can just put gigantic monsters into play very early.
Yeah.
And Phil Jones is our token Goblins player. So I guess we have a favorite for the top 8. The Goblins
There's
player.
Goblins player.
And
Take it down.
yeah, and then
Snuck in Phil Jones.
obviously
you got
rounding
it.
out the top 8. It's a Star City event, so it wouldn't be complete without Alex Bertoncini
Yes,
playing
playing
Merfolk
his
deck.
fishies.
Somehow. Just
I
getting
just
there over and
spoke.
over.
This is Adrian Sullivan. I just spoke to Brian Fisher outside,
Mm-hmm.
and the person that designed his deck, he's like, "Yeah, Brian's playing my deck, junk and taxes." And so this guy, apparently, I didn't catch his name. I tried to get both Brian and him in here to talk about the deck. He apparently designed it a couple of days after Kansas City, after seeing the Kansas City coverage.
He was like, why doesn't this deck have black?
Yeah, and he's been working on it for about a month. So
That's
it's
awesome.
not a deck that was just.
And
kinda
Dark Confident
randomly put
definitely
together.
seems like huge in the mirror, like against other creature decks. You're just like, I'm just gonna out attrition you while doing all this stupid stuff. Like,
Yeah.
One of the things that Jacob said while we were watching the coverage is that unlike a green and taxes deck, which a deed can just wipe the table,
And
dark-
stabilize.
a dark
Yeah.
confidant means that you can't necessarily do that.
yeah, fills your grip, and you've got Thoughtseizes to disrupt the opponent too. Important to note
Meanwhile,
out in this game.
Ben
Yeah, I just
Starks-
noticed these
Yeah.
guys are battling.
Ben Starks, Embersmith got Galvanic Blasted. That's a Flare Husk Germ beating down. And Chemist Skyguard joining.
Skyguard.
Ben uses his Pinger
Splintering
guy.
the Blister Stick. I think that's that guy's name. Something Blister Stick.
He's got words on him. He does things.
Scalding Blister Stick. Something like that. Sort of a lot of Blister Stick.
This Flare Husk can,
It's also
get
important to
equipped
note Andy
and he's got
Sipka is actually the guy who got 9th despite going 3-0 in the first draft open. So
Really?
he's actually currently undefeated in draft over 2 draft opens.
Justice!
Yeah, justice returns, so to speak.
That's really sick.
Yeah. Guy has not lost a limited match
That's
today in
the
2 draft opens.
4-1 Regenerator, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Scrap Melter.
Now it is
He has to scrap melter his own thing, because Ben sacrifices it in response.
Oh, that's right. That guy can sacrifice that. So
Ooh.
nice one. Yeah, got rid of the flare. Oh, well. Wily critter, that bass.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, he's still getting beat down pretty fierce here, but
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he has a galvanic blast and a mountain up. So.
Yep.
So he's got
What's
action.
This guy? This is Mere Welder. It looks like.
I think it's the. Yeah, I think
Strider?
that's the Strider, the
Oh
lose
yeah,
3 life guy.
the lose 3 life Strider. You're right. It was too dark to be the gain life one.
Shoot the flyer. Is he going to trade away here?
I don't know. He may just start a race depending on what's in his hand.
Yeah. It's dangerous, but
I mean, he knows about
yeah,
Zenith.
I think it might be enough. Yeah, he can't. Obviously, he's just not.
He's
Yeah,
got
he
two
can't just
spells,
start like
so-
blocking and like playing that type of game.
Ooh, Goblin Gavalier.
Gavalier, after Sipka had to throw away his husk,
Yeah.
Gavalier's a
Just hope
pretty
he doesn't-
awkward follow-up. Gavalier's a card that definitely got better with Besieged.
Oh yeah, Piston Sledge is such a housing. I think.
Yeah,
I
mean,
love that card.
all of the ones that come with germs, the living
Obviously.
equipments, are actually playable on their own, and they give cards like Gavalier and Sunspear Shikari a lot more value.
I was perfectly happy playing Gavaliers already. For the record, not above it. We've had our 5 Goblin Gavaliers in a 3v3 deck before. It happens.
I mean, if you've got 4 equipment, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, man, a quarter shield all the way.
Beat hard.
The one thing that Ben's deck is, it's a little heavy on 4-drops. You saw the 2 artifact guys. He also has 2 Galma's Wardens, and
Ooh, that's the big one, isn't it?
I can't see, and it's behind the graphics, so they can't either.
There we go.
Is it the living equipment?
Yeah, it's living. It's living. The 5-drop one.
Yeah.
Well, if Ben's deck can do anything, it can deal with artifacts.
Yeah, that's true. So
Hopefully
can we
that
get?
won't be too much of a
Rashad,
problem.
can you have the judge move the cards off the
Oh, it
table?
looks like he just drew his offering off of the cantripping artifact.
It's pretty good.
Is he gonna remove the equipment or?
The cantripping artifact is really good, the Wellspring or whatever.
Oh yeah, I love cards like that. They give you Metalcraft without like drawing fire. Like,
Yeah, and give you value in multiple different ways,
Glimmer Point
such as
Stag.
Glimmer Point Stag.
yeah. Glimmer Point Stag probably gets a fair bit better with.
You set?
Yeah, then you said.
It seems really good. There are a lot of 187s.
You just turn equipment into a creature.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Glimmer Point Stag has always been just awesome.
Yeah, but it's cool to see just the new cards coming out, like
How they
how
interact,
many
yeah.
more neat interactions all those types of cards get.
I think the format's improved. I wasn't a huge fan of playing it. I didn't have fun. Like, I thought it was healthy or whatever, but it just playing it, I felt kind of dull. I think these interactions have definitely helped to entice me.
Yeah, it's just having played so much, it's nice to have a change, spice it up a little.
Yeah, I'd basically been forcing Metalcraft decks with like 14 or 15 lands for the past like 3 months. So
So Sipka throws away his germ to equip to his Gavalier. And what was that spell we played? Origin
Origin
Spellbomb?
Spellbomb to give a Snapshot Glider flying. Yeah. Got some trample going on here.
So with Andy tapped out, Ben can block at his leisure.
He's just gonna trade one of his 4s for this guy.
Yep.
that seems like a completely reasonable play. His opponent
Yeah, with
dumped
2
like
artifacts
10
in
mana
play, his
into
opponent
this.
doesn't actually know which one to kill. Like,
Yeah.
Takes out the Warden.
the Vigilance 3/3 is obviously good, but the Warden could be a 4/6.
It's true.
No 4/6 here.
So I guess the card I saw that I thought was
the
Divine
Warden.
Offering was just the Warden, because it looks like Ben just has lands.
Yeah, mountains and plains.
Stag
Trade, yeah.
and Scrap.
Trade off there. I mean, somewhat dangerous though. Now he has this big equipment on the flyer.
Top 8 competitors.
Have to leave to go start getting the top 8 gathered. Hopefully we can get this match finished.
What's Josh Gilbert playing?
Counterbalance. No. Wasn't the... Oh, yeah. We're going to do Bird and Cheney versus Baumhall for sure.
Yeah.
The Merfolk Grimwald deck. Come on now.
Yeah. We are going to be covering Alex Bertoncini against Michael Bumholt in the quarterfinals of the Legacy Open. It'll be a Merfolk versus Grim Monolith matchup.
Going up to the main event
Let's
stage.
start Charles. You got another
$100
one.
right now. So,
Yeah,
Jared,
that
going up
makes
to the
sense.
main event stage.
If you're blocking, you don't.
Yeah. Got to attack to win a game of
Oh,
Magic.
wow. Just traded away.
Ain't no thing. If he can just get his opponent to brick a few times, you know.
Yeah, Sipka's already at 8.
Yeah. Doesn't take much from this point. It will take less than that.
Well, an artifact guy, that's one of the few things
Yeah,
that
he
Ben
can
can't
kill
deal
it
with.
if
He
he
drew
can-
an Origin Spellbomb, so he gets the cantrip here. He has 2 Shatters and a Divine Offering still in his deck.
Oh, he's sweating it out himself with the face down draw. Ooh.
Artifact guy of some sort.
Looks like a Glinthawk
Yeah.
to me,
Oh,
which
yeah.
isn't too bad with Peace Strider or the Ichor
Or
Wellspring.
Wellspring. Yeah.
Ichor Wellspring, yeah. He has 2 Glinthawks, which,
Also very strong in the spot.
Which-
The evasion.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was saying that the Wellspring's a really good interaction, and obviously the Striders too, but most of his artifacts were either 4-drops or spell bombs, so he was saying that the idols look a little weak, but
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he didn't return the Lose 3 idol, the Lose 3 Strider.
well, if he draws one of his 3 shatter effects there, then he just crashes.
Yeah, then he
Yeah.
gets to just crush.
I think he's pretty sure his opponent has nothing here, and they're just both top decking. And he's going to have the 2/2 flyer either way, so
Makes sense.
the Golem's kind of neutralized by the presence of the beater. Maybe kind of a risky attack.
What's the stat upgrade for that thing?
For the, I believe that one is the plus. I want to say +2/+2. I'm not sure. Maybe it might be bigger.
Okay.
I think it's. Is there the plus? Is the no flying one's +2/+2? I think, and this one's +3/+3. Yeah, that's not what's out. The Flare Husk was destroyed. It's the. Huh?
And Ben's getting viciously flooded here.
No, it's not the sledge.
Alright, Glinthawk gets in.
Oh.
Is that a Silver Mirror? Is that what that is?
That
Yes,
is
that's a
Silvermere.
silver mirror.
So,
Now I'm second
Just wanna
guessing on these
trade.
cards.
Trading the glider, yeah. That's
They're still
unfortunate.
with nothing.
Big air balls. If only Ben had a Zenith. He's got all
Yeah.
his lands.
okay, Ben's breaking over and over. He's pretty flooded. He's drawn all these extra cards.
Yeah,
he's
he's
still just
drawn-
about even.
4 or 5 extra cards this game, and
Most of them have been plains and mountains.
yeah.
Me are gonna start battling. Imagine we'll just chump with our token here, probably. Or just
Yeah, I
take
mean,
it.
he's at 7.
Yeah, taking it seems.
Taking it seems
Not
a little
happening.
rough.
Wow.
Another plains. Not gonna do it. And yeah. Let's strike first.
Now, Ben's in a pretty rough spot here. Let's see what he can rip.
There's
You guys
his.
are doing.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
that protection. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the Zenith. There we go. I
That'll
forgot about that
do.
guy. Ben also has the
Mirren Crusader.
yeah, the pro green, pro black
Pro
guy.
black guy.
That's how he won his semifinals match against Poison. Was the
No kidding.
the Poison deck was like equipment heavy, and like if it were like the normal Poison deck, he'd probably have a bad matchup. But it was equipment heavy, so his 2 shatters and the Divine Offering were really live, and then obviously
The Crusader's just
Crusader's
a
gonna be
complete
insane.
destruction. Then contemplating sideboard options. I'm gonna go see what's happening. With
Yeah, the Ichor Wellspring was surprisingly awesome there.
yeah.
If you ever need planes, you can just turn to an Ichor Wellspring.
I believe he drew 4 cards with it, or 3.
3.
3.
kind of disappointing way for Ben to lose to. He lost to the artifacts.
Yeah, I mean,
Which he was more afraid that he was going to lose to the Scrap Melter and the Zenith.
Yeah.
But the Scrap Melter was minimally impactful, and
Yeah.
he got some really good trades with the Gavalier.
yeah, and he was doing really well. Like, had he not bricked so many turns in a row,
if he dropped one
definitely...
of his three shatter effects, like one of those turns where Saberclaw Golem was and his only defense, then that would have been a very different game. Looks like Ben boarded one card. I didn't see what it was though, or at least he was gonna. I didn't see if he pulled the trigger on it. Ben is one of the many ways that he gets such a huge advantage in limited is he sideboards in limited more than just about anybody else I've ever seen. And so many people don't think things through about how the matchups play out and how the different cards interact, and
Yeah, they just assume that this is my
these
are my 23 best cards.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But like the GP Boston, where he ended up getting second, I remember day one, his pool was not good. It was very, very underpowered, and I think he XO'd day one because he would just sideboard into completely different decks. And he knew how all the colors interacted basically, and which version of his deck matched how they each one of his 4 potential decks matched up against any possible configuration the opponent could have, and reconfigured his own deck in between games. And he said that in his report, he said that was basically what carried him that whole tournament, was just manipulating the percentages by changing his entire deck.
I mean, it's pretty exciting for Andy though if he wins this. Like, he 3-0'd the first one.
Oh yeah, that's such a good story.
Yeah, like that, and that's got to be brutal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And instead of going on tilt and being like, I'm just leaving.
Yeah.
He just
it's in the next one, and
he just hops right in the next
casually
one. Literally,
top
the next one started 10 minutes later. He must have been on such vicious tilt.
Yeah, I'd be so
while he was
mad.
picking
I'd
his
be
cards.
Fuming in the bathroom, just splashing my face with water, trying to calm down. Meanwhile, he's already back in the finals, up a game.
Yeah. It's so sick.
What's this guy?
I've never seen this before. I don't know.
All right, we got a name. Oh, the equipment.
Oh, nice. It's
a
the
pretty good equipment.
+1/+0 first strike equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That equipment is really good.
It's
Especially good against Infect decks.
Yeah, first strike's so good against Infect. Rustic. I always feel like I have to over-enunciate. Rust-tick.
Yeah, so you say rustic?
Yeah.
So easy to
Better get for 3. The equip cost is only 1. Man, these new cards are awesome.
Yeah. New set's so good.
It really is. Rustic attacks.
Yeah, 4/6.
Boom.
Sledge.
I like on Moto, after you attack with your Rustic, the next turn you have to click it to untap it.
Yeah.
Do you want to untap? Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
So then in Worlds, whenever I attack my Rustic the next turn, or if the thing died, I would always make a point of being like, yes, I would like to untap.
Man, that Glenhawk's really good in this deck.
Yeah, he's got a lot of his artifacts are 4-drops, so he was lamenting, but the Wellspring, and he's got 2 Spellbombs, a red one and a white one. He said that if he has any of those, then his Glenhawks get very, very good. There's the 4/1 Regenerator, which with a Spellbomb, is a free regeneration. Cantripping. I mean, it's with a first strike blocker, it's more likely that he's going to end up using the Panic Spellbomb as a blocking deterrent, but...
Well, I mean, he is rustic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna shut that down when he feels like it.
I love doing cute things with spell bombs.
Oh yeah, I love spell bombs.
Like
so
getting
much.
value off of them without sacrificing them is so fun.
Like normally they're just like sitting around for Metalcraft, and then like you cash them in when you don't need them.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean? Like, and that's why they're good.
But when you get to do awesome, like
Yeah.
when
Like when you actually like get like a free 6 points off them and shit like that. Like it's
Yeah.
just insane. The he plays the big equipment again. All of these living equipments are quite good.
Which one's this one again? The +2/+2?
I think isn't this the +3/+3 one? No, it's +2/+2 one. Yeah, this is the this is the reach one.
2/4 reach.
Yeah.
Okay. You watching anime?
No, he's watching Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Or Marvel
Oh, okay.
All right, so then
Divine Offerings, the equipment.
Divine Offerings, the equipment, gets it out of there,
Germ dies. Rust
Taps
tick
this.
the.
and then in comes 8.
He almost tapped his red, but I mean he's not going to make a simple mistake like that.
Yeah.
You got to keep the red up for the Panic Spell Bomb.
Yeah, his regenerator
Yeah, because he
needs
has a Glimlock
that
in his hand that he was
free
thinking
cantrip
about playing,
regenerate.
but making sure that you get value off of your Panic Spell Bomb is probably more important.
He has a True Conviction in his hand, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a card I neglected to mention. He also has a True Conviction.
Yeah. Just noticed that.
All right, Ben Stark evens it up. Now on the in stark contrast to the finals of the other one, that was just bomb, rebomb, rebomb, you
Yeah.
know, bomb, bomb, bomb.
These guys are both
get
just
my
playing
bomb
like
back.
consistent.
This is like fair magic.
This is a game of Magic.
Yeah, this is old school with, you know, removal spells and eking out card advantage and
Yeah.
profitable.
Like imagine in the other
blocks
game if
and-
somebody was trying to like get an edge by like bouncing Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah.
They would have lost so fast.
Yeah.
Like they would have just gotten crushed.
But I mean, this is the type of magic that Ben Stark is just unbelievably good at. Like, he finds so many edges, and I mean, all of the older limited formats when he was, you know, a superstar the first time. I think it's safe to say he's a superstar again.
Yeah, that's safe.
When he was a superstar the first time, I mean, the limited formats were so grind-based. You know, you really had to eke out your advantages and like find your tempo spots, and it was very decision-oriented. And Ben's technical game is really good when that's the type of game that he's playing. He said that he's lost some of his vision, like his late game vision
Yeah.
since coming back, but his technical play is still just very, very sound.
Yeah, sometimes you need to like think about like how am I going to win this game? Like what is the grand scheme of what's going to happen?
So you want to go first?
That's definitely something I used to be better at also.
Yeah. He said that was probably the weakest part of his game right now, which, I mean, when you know what the weakest part of your game is,
it's pretty good to be able to
gets a lot
identify
less
that.
weak. Meanwhile, XO Andy here doesn't seem to have any weak spots in his game besides.
Yeah, I mean he just always wins, right?
Yeah. His weak spots are his
He doesn't even
tiebreakers.
tilt.
His tiebreakers are a little
His
weak.
tiebreakers are
He needs to work
terrible.
on that. He should practice his tiebreakers a little better. All right, so game 3, Andy chooses to play. Ben has some magic cards. Glint Hawk, Glimmer Point Stag. Doesn't look like he has any artifacts, which is a little weird.
One thing that's
Is that the
Strange game of that.
2/2 flyer?
yeah, that card's
The
good.
reprint?
I like that card a lot.
And another 2/2 flyer.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough start to beat. When you're on the table, yeah.
Well,
Ooh,
here's,
that's a pretty good way to handle it.
Yeah. His protection not going to be that relevant, but It's still
It's a double striking 2/2.
yeah, it's still
It's pretty
quite a
good in this
powerful
round.
3-drop. Like, you think it was like a 2/2 double striker for 3, and the Wizards were like, yeah, but I bet we can make it a little more awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's make it get
give it-
through all the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And let's make it unkillable also.
And let's just make it a buy against the Infect deck.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's just turn Infect decks into buys when you play this card.
So Ben has a Snapcell Glider as a follow-up, but no land. Otherwise, he would be able to play Glint Hawk and block and try and stem the bleeding. There's that
Boom.
equipment again. I think Spellbomb is going to let him Glint Hawk if he wants to.
I think he also has an Ichor Wellspring. in
Is the
hand.
germ black? Is it?
Yes.
So I guess the protection is a little relevant?
Yeah, the Mirror Crusader can block it all day, or it can swing right past.
I guess it wouldn't really make sense to make it an artifact. have the living equipment just be 2 artifacts towards Metalcraft. That'd be a little too good.
Yeah, that'd be too good. The concept of living weapon's pretty cool. It's very
Yeah.
Phyrexian.
Yeah, I like it. And it remember when they went from auras to equipment because you just get 2 for 1 too much with the auras? Well,
Yep.
the equipment ended up being like either way too good or way too bad, basically.
Yeah.
And the living equipment is just so good at like
Fixing that.
at
You know, you can have like a
giving you
slightly
value.
overcosted creature that like has value.
Yeah,
no
that
matter
gives you
what.
a late game plan. I really like the design of those cards. So Ben does bounce the Panic Spellbomb with the Glint Hawk in trade. And he had, what was that, a Shatter under the Glint Hawk? For the equipment. So, oh, he didn't bounce the Spellbomb. He bounced the Snapcell Glider. He shattered, attacked with a Snapcell Glider and his other guy, and then Glint Hawk idled.
That makes sense.
I missed that turn, but that's a pretty good turn for Ben, and definitely swung the race in his favor. Although Andy passing with 6 mana up, that's gotta
That's
reek of Zenith.
danger zone.
It's gotta reek of Zenith. So it looks like Ben has a Galvanic Blast. He's trying to figure out how he can get through. Looks like he just played 2 spell bombs, and there's the Zenith for 3. Wow.
Yeah. It's vicious.
So Ben's plan here is shock the flyer, go to 4, play Snapcell Glider, go to 2.
I think Ben's.
He has a Glimmer Point stack. If he draws a land, he can blink out one of the tokens and have a 3/3. Ben just really needs a land. But I think this turn he can't go to 2. He
See,
needs
so
to, he needs to kill
Andy's
the-
at 8 though. So isn't it possible that if so Andy's swinging with everybody, right? Uses the Gal Blast. He has to or he dies, or could he have gone to 2? See, right there, I
he
disagree
could
with
have
that play
drawn.
from
He
him.
could have drawn a land, played the
I think-
Snapcell Glider, Galvanic Blast at the dome.
I think yeah, he could have played. He could have gone land,
For that-
Gal Blast
for that to
Dome,
happen-
and then Panic Spellbomb blocker that he played,
You're right.
and then he
You're
would have
right.
won.
Ben would have won that turn.
He would have won
I'm
that turn.
I'm surprised he didn't play his Glimmer Point
Yeah.
stack there.
Like he could have just taken it and then land his win.
Right.
Unless
He
the guy
needed-
plays
he
2
needed
guys.
Andy to have not have 2 creatures. I guess Ben.
Yeah, but
thinks
if
that
he
he's-
has 1 creature, it's good.
Yeah, you still win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have just wanted, either was afraid that Andy had 2 creatures, which I don't know if he could have beaten anyway, you know? And
Yeah.
he needed a land in either plan as well. I'm looking forward to asking him about that after the match. Cavalier is not exactly the best draw for Andy.
I mean, he has to pound with the team, right? He
I mean, he just throws away a guy.
well, no, he eats the spell bomb. Ben doesn't get to draw a card off of it. He eats Snapcell Glider, He
Yeah, he trades his
loses.
Snapcell Glider.
He
eats
still has a
token, and
2/2.
gets a token eaten.
Yeah, it's an even trade.
Yeah.
And even trades seem pretty good when Ben's at 2 and
Oh, wow,
he's
he
at
just
8.
passed?
That's really good for Ben.
Ben made a guy without getting value anyway. Apparently he's got a game plan in mind. Well, now his Snapcell Glider is going to go to the air if he plays an artifact. Or no, he still has his Panic Spell Bomb off screen. Yeah, Glenn, get him to move that up. I'm always looking at the wrong screen. That monitor is so nice and doesn't have the graphic. Yeah, the Panic Spell Bomb gives him Metalcraft, so he can attack with the Glider. And yeah, he has to chump the Double Striker, right? Or not chump, but he can trade 2 things for it.
Yeah, he can double block it. I mean, he doesn't have to. He's at 8.
Right.
But, I mean, he essentially has to. Like, Ben has Strider in his hand, I believe. Train Strider.
And I don't know if he does. He has Galma's Warden, Glimmer Point Stag, and... Oh yeah, I think that is the Strider. Yeah, so he does have to jump here, and then he just plays Glimmer Point Stag.
Or, I mean, if he just takes the 2 in the air, then I think Ben's play is probably just...
If he...
what is it? Strider, and the next turn he can stack his own Strider and win no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, this
There's the ball.
line of plays is actually a little bit safer than my line of plays, because he wins even if his... No, if his opponent had 2 guys, he loses anyway,
I
right?
think he would have lost anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll
So
have
he
to watch
basically
it.
drew it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, this play is susceptible to Scrap Melter.
That's true.
Looks like Andy just drew
He just
another
bricked.
land, I think. So he's getting what happened to Ben in game 1,
Yeah, he's just flooding out.
and he drew a pair. So now he's just trying to figure out the safest line of play. Do you Panic Spell Bomb and attack and try and get him dead that way, or do you not want to like get blown out with that and you just stag, but then you get blown out by a Shatter Effect, and then just trying to...
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
what
it's just
order
best to just go through the motions. I think, like, you're...
I mean, there are a couple ways that he could be blown out, and it's just a matter of which is the most likely.
Oh.
And there's the hand. Ben Stark takes it down. There's second
Ben
draft
Stark
challenge
is
here
the,
at Star City Andy.
He's the champion of the draft challenge here in Star City.
It's a shame
So he was
for
in
Andy.
Indianapolis.
That would have been a great
Yeah,
story.
I mean, it would have been